Welcome to linear inequalities in two variables. As you watch the video, take notes, pausing whenever you need to catch up, and every time the video arrives at a you try, pause, attempt the problem, and then press play when you're ready to see the solutions along with the work. These are the topics that are going to be covered in this video. Let's remind ourselves about linear equations. So again, a linear equation has an equal sign. It's got two variables, x and y, and then we can graph it using m and b. And all the solutions are on the line. Well, we're going to start talking today about graphing linear inequalities. So in between is not going to be an equal sign, but an inequality. What I want you to notice here is that the solution is in the shaded region. Also notice that that is a dashed line. That means the solution is not on the line. And because it's a less than symbol, we would shade below the line. We're going to learn how to do that in this video. Let's just recall, you should have a clear understanding that this symbol is read as x is less than, x is greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. Okay, how we're going to graph inequalities. If it's not in y equals mx plus b, we're going to solve for y, graph using m and b. We're not going to connect our dots until we decide dashed or solid. And then we're going to look at the symbol, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and decide if we're going to draw arrows up or arrows down on the line, and then finally shade. So how do I know if I want a solid line? Well, that's when we have that or equal to. Dash line is simply less than, greater than. And when we shade above the y-intercept, above makes me think of more, which makes me think of greater than or equal to. We're going to shade below the y-intercept on less than or equal to. Let's give it a try. We're going to do 3 together, and then you'll do 4 alone. So first double check, is it solved for y? It is. So we're going to graph this using m and b like we've done before. If you're not quite sure how I'm doing this, go back to the video on slope or graphing linear equations. So we're just writing what the slope means. The b is equal to -3. We're going to start there. And then we're just going to pause. Our symbol is this, so it's going to be a dashed line, and it's a greater than, so we're going to draw arrows up. So we're going to graph 1, 2, 3, and from here we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right 1. We're going to grab our straight edge. Now be careful, the tendency is just to connect those dots, but we want to connect them in a dashed line. And then you've got your arrows. So we're almost done. We just need to shade. Because it's a greater than, I'm going to put my pen on the y-intercept and a straight up arrow because it's greater than. And you can do that from each dot if you want. Make sure your arrow is following those grid lines. And then I'm going to use this to shade over my arrows. And that is graphing the linear inequality. 2 more examples together. So it's already solved for y, so we're ready to use our slope, which is 2/3 up and to the right, -2 over -3 down and to the left, and our y-intercept is 1, that's where we're starting. For inequalities, we have one more step. We have to look at the symbol. Because of that or equal to, we know it's going to be a solid line. It's less than, so we're going to draw arrows down. All right, let's get some dots and connect them. So we've got 1, we're going to go up 1, 2, to the right 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, left 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Grab your straight edge. Now we can connect these dots in a solid line. All right, now the tricky part is drawing these arrows. So if you didn't quite get it last time, maybe just watch this time. I'm going to put my pen right on the y-intercept. Because it's a less than or equal to, I'm drawing an arrow straight down. You can do that on every dot you drew. And then you shade over your arrows. Are the arrows a requirement? No, I just find it helpful to help me see where I need to graph. All right, last one together. It's going to be a little more tricky. Notice that we are not set up to solve for y, so we need to get y alone. So I'm going to divide both sides by -3. And remember, when we divide by a negative, we have to reverse the direction of the inequality. It was a less than, but now it's a greater than. And so I get y is greater than -3x. I'm going to box that, or you could even like cross the old one out. You want to be careful to use this symbol. So our slope here is -3/1. Down and to the right. 3/-1 up to the left. What is our b? Well, technically, it's 0. We don't see it, it's 0. And then we'll talk about the symbol. It's a greater than symbol, so it's going to be dashed. And because greater than is more or up, we're going to shade up. So we start at the origin. We're going to move down 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1. 1, 2, 3, to the right 1, up, 1, 2, 3, left, 1, 2, 3, left. Grab our straight edge. Now be careful, we are drawing a dashed line. You'll see later in the video I made a little mistake. I got excited and just started connecting. So be careful. All right, so now's the tricky part. Put your pen right on the y-intercept. And we're drawing arrows up. Straight arrow up. Grab each point. Straight arrow up. Steeper the line, the kind of harder it is to see. And then grab your pencil and shade lightly. And you have graphed that inequality. Pause the video and try these 4 on your own. Press play when you're ready to see the solution and my work. The first 2 problems, you can see I made a mistake. That second one's supposed to be dashed. And the last 2 problems. And that concludes the video on linear inequalities in 2 variables.